What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Uncaged. I'm Charlie Quinn, Nazim Sadykhov, joined by Ozzy Diaz today. Ozzy, you got some good news to share with us. What do you want to talk about when we start this thing off?
Well, I got booked up finally again after waiting over half a year. So, yeah, UFC, was it 328? I run it with Atiba again. So,
Oh, yeah, you going to Jersey?
New Jersey, yeah.
It's a May 9th card, yeah?
May 9th, yes, sir. Yeah.
Excited?
Bro, I've been wanting this fight. I got it last year. There was unfortunate things that happened, but I asked for this and I got it. So, I'm so excited to go.
How's it going to be going over to the East Coast? I know you're a West Coast guy growing up in California. How's that going?
I'm actually very excited, At the end of the day, when Nas will tell you, every cage is the same, we're in there. Could be anywhere. We'll be fine,
Are you a little jealous he gets to go back home?
A little bit, but I'm gonna be supporting you all the way, bro. This is gonna be a banger of a fight. I see your keys to victory with this one, and his name has been buzzing. They're like pushing this kid or whatever, but this is an opportunity for you to just steal the shine and just
100%.
introduce who the hell Ozzy Diaz is. So
100%.
do your thing, bro. I'm gonna be rooting for you.
Yeah, appreciate that, brother. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's an exciting night. A lot of excitement around that card. Keep hearing Alex Pineda is gonna be on that card with Cyril Gahn. What do you think of that?
Man, yeah, that's what I keep hearing too. That'll be pretty sick, honestly. This is be the third time I get booked on the same Pereira card, so it's pretty sick if you ask me.
Wait, who are they doing against Pereira?
They keep saying Cyril Gahn. He's gonna go up to heavyweight.
Oh, Pereira's gonna do heavyweight, but why in Jersey? I thought they would save something like that for the White House. Or are they doing U.S. fighters versus the world? In
They're
the White
saying.
House? What's the theme with
It's
that?
either like all title fights or just a U.S. versus world, which we don't have enough. We don't have enough good American fighters to
we
do
don't.
that.
If
For like
you pull the-
champion style fighters, though, I'm saying like if they want to do 6 title fights, we don't have 6 champions, right? Like we have Gaethje, we have the women's fight, we have Kayla Harrison, but then if she's hurt,
And they're doing all title fights for
if
that.
they're
one.
trying to do all title fights, it's going to be nearly impossible.
Anyways, that's a sick card. I was on a Pereira card before too. If I'm not, yes, I was. I was on a Pereira card. It's aura. Like
He brings a different energy.
It's
sick.
aura.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
aura.
The whole week is different. I think the same week now. I think with this week is gonna be the same with Oliveira in town.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the PI is this week with, him around.
I just came from there. It's pretty busy already.
Everybody loves
Bro,
him.
it's crazy. Yeah.
He's
Bro,
one of those guys.
these guys are turning into not just stars. They're turning into massive stars. They're like basketball level stars type thing, And I'm not only talking about the followers, but I'm just talking about like you will not miss this guy in the parking lot. Like Oliveira the other day was on the other side of the parking lot. He was just pulling up. I was leaving, so I parked in the front, and then he's down in the parking lot somewhere, like way down. I don't know what it is, but you just turn. You have to look at him, so like you just see him.
Yeah.
So these guys are like.
Yeah, he's got aura on him.
Yeah, these guys are. So a Pereira versus Cyril Gahn, massive for New Jersey.
That's a crazy fight too. Like everybody puts down Cyril Gahn. Like he fights everybody. He fights all these good fighters. Like he's not a bad fighter by any means. He's really high level and he's a striker. He's not a grappler. So like that fight's gonna be.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be one of those like
heavyweight,
hands are gonna be
so-
thrown. Hands are gonna be flying.
That's the thing that's been paying the bills too. It seems, huh? What do you think, Ozzy?
100%.
The hands, the striking, the excitement and stuff. The excitement in the exchanges and the trading and stuff.
I agree.
Alex Pereira, dude, that left hook.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
The way he came out in his last fight too, that was you would think like 38, maybe it's time to start aging and stuff. This guy comes out and looks better than he's ever looked before against a guy like Uncaged too. Uncaged is skilled to
Very skilled.
like no other, and he came out and did that.
Yeah, it was
Crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. Yeah.
For sure. You came to Vegas, obviously, from California. You got a bit of a new team, but mostly some of the same guys from that Cali crew.
100%.
Talk to me about that brotherhood, that bond. You guys all seem to have that, like, you girls are all around each other. We don't see any of you without the other ones.
No,
So,
100%. I mean, it was just like we all used to train at a gym, and then like I just felt like I reached the point where I needed like more like let's call it like higher level training partners and higher level coaches, people who have been there. And I left, and then they just kind of followed and like kind of guided them a little bit, gave them advice like, approach the fight this way, make life decisions this way, and this will get you here. And then I moved to Vegas, met Mateos, and then I just told him come Vegas, and that was it. You know what I mean? We're all here, so it was all pretty much a what I love is like we're all a group just chasing the same dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And I think
really it.
I think he can relate to that too because he comes from, Longos is one of the biggest teams in the world in New York, especially at the time. 4 or 5 guys followed suit with him, or vice versa. There's a few
100%.
guys who came out here. I think Aljo Marab, and then you and Charlie Cannibal now, and all. The
It's
list
terrible.
goes on and on.
It's terrible in Vegas. I hate it. I'm just here because there's free food at the PI. Don't come to Vegas. It's really not that nice here. The weather gets too hot. The people are just mean, and it's disgusting. It's dirty. This studio is dirty. I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, Vegas is disgusting. Nobody come here.
Yeah, that's funny.
Let's keep everybody out of the state.
Yes, bro. There's no space in the parking lot at the PI anymore.
Yeah, you're
bro.
absolutely right. Yeah, I hear.
Bro, the PIs is what's up with the rugby at the PI? Bro, the amount of money they got to be rolling in having the rugby teams.
You were there last
No,
year.
100%.
Bro, there was 160 people in the fitness area, and they're all watching us work out.
Yeah.
They're watching me and
All these jacked up dudes are so wow, how are they doing this? Like watching all you guys, it's like, dude, you guys look at the size of you guys.
Did you go to that? You guys went to that or no?
No, I didn't go to
Rugby. I was trying to go. Rugby. I don't know what it's like. Like I've seen plays and stuff. I obviously know what sport it is, but I literally never seen it.
It's like football without pads, but it's like you could throw the ball backwards, kick it. I don't want to call it stupid because I haven't watched enough of it. So like, I'm sure it's cool. But the American in me really wants to just bash the shit out of it.
Right. So is the colliding as hard in rugby?
Yeah,
Bro, I
100%.
think
So then how is it not better? That's like saying, yo, do you want to watch boxing in helmets or do you want to watch boxing?
it's there's like no describing it. It's like it's not pleasant to watch by
No,
any
it really
means.
isn't. Yeah.
Like,
I've
it's
only
not-
watched highlights. It's
Yeah,
fucking
like it's
crazy.
not like you like a sick touchdown in football. Like there's like nothing equivalent to that. It's like somebody's getting lit up. Like no matter what, somebody's getting hurt. It's type of sport. It's
Volkanovski.
you saw the size of those dudes. Volk was like 240.
Yeah.
Ozzy would be a good rugby player.
But so,
I don't know,
probably,
bro.
but you're a unit.
You're a
cuz. What do you
unit,
mean?
bro.
What do you mean? I don't know. He's sitting there
I don't know,
6'4". I don't know.
It's like I like fighting, but then you throw
Gentle
bare-knuckle in
giant.
there. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
6'4", 185, bro. He could play in the NFL.
Yeah, bro, 100%. He's just a gentle giant. He's sitting there. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man.
Talk to me about coming to Vegas, a lot of different sparring partners and stuff like that. Who are some of the best guys you train with?
Well, obviously, like I like sparring a lot with JP. JP, who just got signed. I think he's just very skilled in all areas when it comes to martial arts. I currently spar with Levon. I'm pretty sure you guys know Levon. Levon is a monster, bro. I think I don't even know how he's not in the UFC. Like it just makes no sense to me. But like, yeah, I'm sparring him a lot. I spar my friend Curtis, who's a very, very great like Muay Thai guy. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like I feel like I'm a stand-up guy. And when I fight him, I was like, I'm just taking you down, bro, because there's only so much I can handle right here, So, yeah, man, I have a lot of good guys around me, and yeah, I'm just blessed to find good training partners. Something I didn't have.
Is this gonna be your Paramount debut? You haven't fought under
I haven't fought.
right? Yeah. So
my last fight was in March, bro.
last year, yeah.
Last year, yeah.
All right, those layoffs, sometimes you come back and you're different, bro. And if you've been putting in work, which I know you have, we've been on the mats together,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know for a fact you're gonna come back different.
No, 100%.
And sometimes those layoffs, sometimes they work wonders. You come back, you feel like a different person. And now, what I was gonna ask you about the Paramount thing. What are you thinking about this new? Because I know everybody's noticing it because it's obvious. It's not like a secret.
Right.
We transcended into like a little bit of a different game now. The UFC is a little bit of a different game, and that's why I said earlier that skills or striking pays the bills. Did I say that?
Yeah.
There you go. CTE. So it's they're booking specific main events. They're putting on specific shows, and it's almost like they're putting up the strikers versus the strikers.
Right.
They're putting up like the guys that are blowing up. Even it's the guys that finish or the guys that are strikers, and it's not only strikers, and there's exciting wrestlers out there too. But more so than not, we're seeing like a difference in the UFC now. It's a world of a difference. So I wanted to know what you thought about that.
No, I do see that now, and I think even though to us who chase this sport and we obviously love fighting, we got to remember that the UFC in general is like an entertainment business, right? So they need eyes. That's my opinion about it. So it makes sense that they're like putting these strikers together because what you're gonna get is banger fights. You know what I mean? Yeah, there comes to a point, right? The more you climb, you're eventually gonna come into a wrestlers, but yeah, I think that's the main reason. It's entertainment.
Wrestling is not the problem. Like we're MMA fighters
Yeah.
at the end of the day. It's just it was interesting to me that like I watched combat sports. I'm talking about K1 and I'm talking about Glory, K1. I'm talking about the K1 in the 90s. I'm talking about the UFC in the 90s. So I've seen almost like a swap in realms. We've seen kickboxing die down, and now we're seeing striking, or we're seeing kickboxers or MMA fighters that came over from kickboxing, like Pereira, come through and thrive and become the biggest star.
Yeah.
So it's like we're essentially putting on, it's not kickboxing shows, but it's more so, there's a lot of kickboxing involved. And it's like the stars from kickboxing are now the stars in MMA. And like the wrestlers or the grappling heavy guys are becoming less of that in MMA. But they're still, like I said, it's wrestling is not like is not the kryptonite because we're all MMA fighters at the end of the day. We're all supposed to know the whole thing up and down. But it's interesting to me because Pereira comes from Glory. He's a double weight world champion in Glory. Comes over and he's trying to be triple champ. And, you know, and the UFC, the world, the public, everybody's behind it.
Yeah.
So this is so interesting to me to
very,
see
very
this like switch.
Yeah. No, I see that.
But Ozzy, where did your background? Where did you come? What is your background in martial arts or in sports in general?
So I used to play football. I played like pretty much high school football. I played a little bit of junior college football, but I really started with like jiu-jitsu first. You know what I mean? I just wanted to learn. You know, nothing crazy. And then eventually, like I just started boxing. I used to do pancration tournaments without You guys know what a pancration tournament is?
Of course,
classic,
bro.
you know what
Listen,
I mean?
man. Listen, you're
Yeah.
talking to somebody that's
Yeah.
an encyclopedia, bro.
Yeah.
4 years old, I was put on the mats
Yeah,
by my
yeah,
father.
it's crazy,
4 years
bro.
old.
So I think I think it's illegal now in the States or in California. I don't know, but
They
we were
have
pretty
pancration tournaments in California.
Bro, yeah, when I first started, it was like MMA gloves in a cage. Like there was no like it was unsanctioned, right? No doctors, no MMA fight. You just couldn't hit the face. It was all body shots. But people were getting their arms broken, legs broken. You know, it was just crazy. So I did a pancration tournament without doing any striking, and at this time I was probably like 260 pounds or something like that. I went in there. I was like, it's body shots. Well, what's the worst that can happen? I body shots my homies all day, and then I went up and this dude just chopped the shit out of my leg, and I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I was like, all right, I gotta start striking. And I started striking, and that's how my journey began. You know what I mean? Just kept training.
Yeah, pancration is a lot like combat sambo. That's what I
Yeah.
started with too.
Yeah.
And pancration is like the closest that you'll get to MMA without actually doing MMA. It's like amateur MMA in other
Yeah,
words. You know? And
100%.
did you do it in the? You guys fought in gis, right?
No, bro, it was just normal, like shirtless, shorts. It was
Also,
crazy, bro.
So it was just the rule set was just pancration.
You just couldn't hit
that's
the
like some
face.
underground stuff.
Yeah.
That's like some
Just couldn't
underground
hit the
stuff.
face. That was it.
I did combat sambo in. I competed in a lot of combat sambo tournaments in New York also. But like pancration and combat sambo in the States is obviously not the level that it is like in Russia and stuff.
Yeah, right.
That's where they have like world champs that become MMA fighters and they make it to they're like in the UFC and stuff. But nonetheless, that was probably a great way for you to get introduced to MMA without even knowing it.
Right,
Because I never thought I was gonna I never had this master plan. My father never had this master plan. We just kind of somehow ended up there.
Yeah.
And with your pancration, what was it after pancration?
I did. So to go back a little bit. I actually never really wanted to fight. It was just like I started training when I go to the bars. You know, if someone wants to throw hands, I throw hands. You know, no problem. But at the time, my coach was like, "I'm gonna put you in a jiu-jitsu tournament," and I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." You know, whatever he put me in, I won. You know what I mean? Then I won another one. Then I won another one, but I lost. So I hated the losing part more than the winning part. You know what I mean? So I kept training. Eventually, he got me like an amateur fight. I didn't want to do it. He was like, "I'm gonna do it. I already signed you." I was like, "Fine, I'll do it," and I won. And that's when the addiction just.
Dopamine.
it
Shout
was
out to your
insane,
coach.
bro.
That's a good
Yeah.
coach. Shout out to your
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
The one that picks you up when you
100%,
fall
yeah.
down, 100 times. That's a good coach right there. Shout out to him.
Yeah. So that, then I fell in love and quit my job, and then I was like, now I'm here. You know what I mean?
How important is having a good coach in the space?
I think it's very important, but also like I feel like a coach's role is like to get to know you as a fighter, not just as a fighter, like as a person. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to find coaches like that. Like there's a lot of great coaches, But I feel like having a coach that you can like relate to or understands even your way of thinking in like the midst of chaos is very,
I think
very
a coach
important.
that, could see you in the fire and then just randomly in the middle of the day or the middle of the night call you up, say, how's it going? What'd you eat? Just
100%.
BSing with you. Just
Yeah.
even 3 minutes for once a month, once a
Right.
week, once every 2 weeks, just letting you know that,
Yeah.
outside of fighting, you have, one of those
Right,
friends
That
or
does
something.
something to a fighter. Do you and your coach still keep in touch?
100%. Mateos and I, we hang out all the time. You know what I mean? We go freaking Durango, just watch fights. You know what I mean? Like, just
Wait,
chill.
Mateus was putting you into pancreation?
No. This was way before my
Okay,
coach
okay.
at the time.
So that's what I'm asking. Your coach at the time, do you guys keep in touch or no?
No, we haven't spoken in a while. Like, I mean, I don't know if I want to really get into that, but yeah,
Nah,
it's
you're
it's
good,
his
bro.
personal business, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. It's your
But
good.
yeah, I've seen pictures of him recently. He's doing well, so he's healthy, so it's pretty cool.
So Mateus, talk to us about Mateus. He obviously trains with him a little bit,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
He knows him. How's his style? How is he as a coach and him as a friend now? You say
Yeah,
with Durango and stuff.
Right. I think he's great. I think like I like the way the way he thinks when it comes to fighting, his approach to fighting. He's still young, which is something actually like I like that. You know what I mean? But one thing, like, he's very dedicated and he gives you the time. Like, when someone has a fight, like he's gonna like put a lot of time into you individually, not just like team training, and you know what I mean. Beyond that, like, he's gonna check up on you and he'll go above and beyond for you. You just gotta get to know him. You know?
That's the thing about coaching. Coaching is as much of a job as the fighter, as it is a fighter. A coach is not like a status, like that. Like the culty gym. Because I was, as a kid, I also went to these karate gyms, and like some of these like senseis have like this culty thing where they're like this emperor. Relax, you're a coach. You have to put in as much work as the fighter. You're literally working parallel with the fighter to defeat the opponent that your fighter has ahead of him,
100%.
or the tournament, or the jiu-jitsu tournament, whatever the case may be. You guys are working as partners, right? Or
100%.
he's your coach. Coach will always be a coach. It's not your partner. But at the end of the day, you guys are both tackling the same goal. So
100%.
both have to put in both as much work.
Yeah.
So with Mateus, I see that in him too. I see a lot of I see him in the gym all of the time, working with all of his guys, talking about game plans, breaking things down. There's a reason why my friend Aljamain Sterling, that's a former world champ,
100%.
and hopefully a future 145 champ too.
Yeah.
And he's working with him, and he's loved it ever since he linked up with him. He's loved it. So
Well, I think a big part of that stuff is too is like we see him in the PI with you guys eating lunch and like that hanging around stuff is real. Like I think that that's pretty big time. Like
No,
a guy's
100%.
busting his ass with you guys all morning, holding the pads or running around, coaching the class, and then he's shooting the shit with you guys after, joking around like oh, this was terrible, this was good, like oh, we got this fight coming up. But I wanted to ask you guys about the stuff like RAF and the wrestling scene right now. I hate wrestling. I hate jiu-jitsu. I hate that part of combat sports. It's very known.
Yeah.
RAF has me sold. I'm back in.
You're back
I'm
in,
back in. I thought UFC BJJ was going to do this to me. RAF has brought me back in.
Right.
I think what they're doing, the crowds are all pumped up. Like even, I don't know if it's RAF overseas too, with the stuff Armand does, but like all these different wrestling organizations.
did you say RAF overseas? Or
No, RAF. I don't know if the stuff overseas is RAF as well.
Oh, well,
I know there's Hype, there's Rise, there's all
there's
these different
jujitsu.
ones.
There's jujitsu, and there's also RAF is
wrestling, yeah, pure
Is it folk style or it's not Greco-Roman for sure? It's freestyle.
Freestyle.
I think
Yeah, it's freestyle wrestling. So that's wrestling, and what he did overseas was jujitsu.
Yeah.
But there's a lot the circuit where he was at in Russia. Those are like a lot of grapplers with a good wrestling background. It's Russia.
Yeah.
ACA, BJJ. They actually invited me. I think I'm gonna do some of these this year.
I think that stuff's
RAF, BJJ. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna get into it. I've been wanting to, but I feel like this year is gonna be a good year for me to do that. I want a super active year. By the way, fight news coming soon. But yeah, I want a super active year with not just MMA, but like jiu-jitsu. I want to get into everything, man. And I don't want to be a 50-50 guy either. Like I'm just coming in there just to do it. I really want to get in there and do the damn thing and become dominant in multiple fields,
I think that's becoming part of the sport now. I almost feel like you don't have to do it, but if you want to be a big name in the space or in the sport now, you kind of have to go do the extracurricular stuff. You have to go grapple. You have to go wrestle. If you're not going to get booked 3-4 times a year like you guys want to, you kind of have to stay relevant, do podcasts, do media, go, grapple or wrestle. That's just a part of the game. You can't obviously go box or do stuff like that. But, God willing, those are things you could do and not really get hurt and keep boosting your notoriety. And, there's a lot of fans at these things. I was surprised to see that.
That was crazy, yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. Do you know how big?
I didn't think
have you
they'd
seen
sell out.
NCAA? Have you seen NCAA like March Madness? Have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen the
it's
Bo
crazy,
Nickel stuff. And
Bro, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's like its own cult, and it's a huge one. Look at Bo Nickel. He brought over millions of fans from wrestling. He was already like his fan base was in the millions before he ever was in the UFC.
Yeah.
Brought it over. Now he has like this. It's sick. BJJ is like that too.
Yeah.
I say time and time again, I know that was a guy who got, so to say, humbled a couple months ago, I want to say, or about a year ago now. I know he's in your division. I think he's real good, man. I think he's one of those guys that has been prepped up, but they gave him a tough fight. I think he kind of went back to the drawing board and reassessed, and I think he's got a really good future. I don't, people say they rushed him, but, then people will say, like with Paddy Pimblett, they protect him. Look what happened with Justin Gaethje, tough guys take tough fights.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I think he's got a good trajectory. What do you think about
I agree.
him more? Who do you think is sort of next up in the 85 division with you guys?
Oh, man. There's just so many, bro.
Yeah, right?
There's so many. It's hard to even name anybody, bro. But going to Bo Nickel, I think I don't say like getting humbled. I think it's just the way the sport works, It's your night or it's not your night. You know what I mean? But I think it's gonna make him a lot better. I think like coming from experience, right? Like losing like makes you way better. And sometimes you don't see it at the moment, but like next fight or in the process of like preparing for the next fight, you see like your growth. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah.
I think
What are you thinking going forward? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No, you got it.
Yeah, what are you thinking going forward? May 9th, we get this victory.
Yeah.
We get a nice little, we get you a nice little bonus.
Yeah,
We get you a
100%.
victory.
Yeah.
What are you thinking going forward? What's your plans? What's your goals? What do you want accomplished this year? Long term, short term? You could start with short term, just this year. We got to tackle this year.
Right.
It's one step at a time.
Yeah.
But May 9th, we get a big victory. We get a bonus. What are you doing next?
I'm on your boat. I want to be active. Like I said, my last fight was March. Like my plan for last year was a little different, and like I freaking almost lost my eye in the first round in the last fight, so I had to go through surgery. So it's hard to really like look beyond this fight, but like all goes well. I just want to stay active. You know what I mean? It's like biggest thing. Like I want to fight. Like I'm not young anymore, and I know that. So if I can get like 2 in 3 years, 2 more after that, or 3 this year, that'll be great. You know what I mean?
So you said you're not young like that, but this game is different.
Yeah.
And take this as motivation, if you will, but we have so much science backing
100%.
us now. The company is just much bigger. The
Yeah.
opportunities are much bigger. So, 35 is not 21, but it's not 100. And in fight years, you're not old either.
No,
How many pro fights do you have?
13.
13, bro. You're not old. Are you damaged? Did you have 3, 4, 5 back surgeries and stuff?
No, 100%.
You're fit, bro. Take care of your body, bro. You everything is ahead.
No, 100%. And I don't mean like I'm old as in that. It's just more like I know like the way the UFC works. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's more of that. Like I do feel better, as I'm getting older. I feel like a lot smarter, a lot wiser when it comes to the sport. So I like that,
I literally feel better at 31 than I did at 21.
Yeah.
You could maybe say like 21. The one huge and clear advantage that you have when you're like really young is you can literally break your arm and go to sparring the next day.
100%.
That's
The
the thing.
recovery.
It's the recovery rate.
Yeah.
But we have all these ways to recover, all these methods, all these like machines and everything. We don't really like. If you take care of yourself, bro, you can literally fight till 42, 43.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be all UFC. You accomplish your goals in this game in the UFC. You could fight for another 2-3 years after that or do different things. We're talking about RAF. We're talking about UFC BJJ, ACA BJJ. Like, there's so much
People
out
go
there.
and box. They do karate
Yeah,
combat. they
boxing,
do all
Misfits
this-
boxing, all
Yeah,
that
it's
stuff.
It's crazy. Yeah.
These guys getting paid, and they're getting, people.
Would you throw some hands in bare knuckle?
Nah, bro.
Nah, I wouldn't do it either,
nah,
bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Me
bro.
either.
Nah, I don't know.
Why not? What's wrong with bare knuckle?
I don't know, bro.
Never
Guys,
say
what
never.
you guys
Never
do
say,
is
never say
just
never.
as bad, man.
Never say never, because if anybody would like do bare knuckle boxing, it's me. But I don't know. I just see like it's just a clear. It's just when we have the gloves, it's not the damage reduction I'm worried about, but it's like with bare knuckle, you're guaranteed to literally have like 7 stitches from a jab.
Yeah.
I mean, you get into a scrap in the UFC, you get into a scrap. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But in bare knuckle, it's like it's literally bone
Yeah.
to,
One
to
thing
the
I always
thinnest
say is-
the thinnest skin you can
Bro,
have on your
One
face.
thing I always say is you're guaranteed to get hurt, like win or lose. As long as it goes past the first round, you're either gonna break something in your head or your face, or you're gonna break your hand.
No,
Like, there's-
100%,
There's no
yeah.
way around it. The way you throw punches and stuff, but I think that stuff is good for keeping mainstream people in the sport. I think that stuff.
Yeah.
People watch that stuff and they'll be like, "Holy shit, what's the real thing like?"
No, 100%.
They'll be like, "Wow, look at all these types. Like, what is the UFC like? Like, what is the Misfits boxing? What is a heavyweight title fight like in a real boxing fight? Like, that's what I think of when I think boxing. I think a heavyweight title fight is
yeah.
it's the best fight
No,
in the world.
100%,
Even
yeah.
with UFC, like, there's nothing like a Tyson Fury fight.
No, yeah, it's big as
Like,
heck.
well, who's the guy? Usyk. Who's fighting now? Who? Rico? How do you say his last name?
Verhoeven.
Van Hoof, something like Van Hoof.
Verhoeven.
You hear what he came out and said today? He was like, "Yeah, UFC gave me a really good offer, but he's like, this is life changing money. Like, why would I not?
Boxing?
Yeah, why would I
Of
not?
course, bro. Of course.
Like, people are like, why would you want to box Usyk? You want the you're gonna say no to that payday?
Hell no,
Like,
hell no.
That's like a dream matchup. What's your dream matchup? Speaking of dream matchups.
Where I'm at right now, I would love to probably run it back with like Joe Piper.
Oh,
You
yeah?
know what I mean? I think like that'd be pretty sick. You know.
Oh
what I mean?
yeah,
I think
he's
that
got
was
he's got a scrap coming up with Adesanya.
Adesanya, yeah.
That's
so,
gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting one. What do you
That's
think of that?
that's the one. Dude, I think pretty much what probably everybody thinks. Like Adesanya is, like world class, skillful. Like levels. Levels. I put him at least in the striking department. I put him on a different level than Joe Pyfer. But Joe Pyfer is dangerous.
dog.
Adesanya has been dropped recently a few times, so I'm thinking what everybody else is thinking. Which Adesanya is going to show up, and is the Adesanya of old able to return and be in peak form in Seattle?
My
That's
question,
what.
my question to you guys is like for fighters, like, God willing, obviously you guys haven't experienced, this stuff yet, but or hopefully never experience it. But he's been, finished or dropped like that, 7, 8 times recently, and like Pereira put him out bad. Like I know he was on his feet, but he put him out on his feet bad. Like,
Yeah.
can you recover from that? Like, can your chin can you recover? How do you recover from that? Would honestly be my better question. Like, what do you do to strengthen at that point? Like, or is it just kind of gone?
I think my personal opinion, who's been on that side, is like really like actual like rest. Like don't take no hits. You know what I mean? Like really take your time with like getting punched again. A lot of people like they take the 30-day suspension and like 31st day they're sparring. And it's like, bro, that's not real recovery. I feel like you gotta take like 6 months, a year to like really, just let your brain recover.
Yeah,
my opinion.
literally, he said it. He took the words out of my mouth. The time. You just need time off. Look at Volk. Supposedly,
Yeah.
his chin is supposed to be mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and look what he's done.
But listen, he took that time off that he needed initially.
10 rounds in a row.
He may have never lost his belt if he took some time off after getting clipped by Makhachev.
Yeah.
And was that even necessary 10 days out? I mean, I'm sure he's thought that through. I'm sure his team has thought about it already. Like, damn, we should have, we shouldn't have. But fact of the matter is, you take some time off after something like that and you get right back in there,
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Is there any? I'm curious. I know he does. I know he doesn't really. I know you kind of do. You always got the basketball stuff on. Is there any like Kobe, Mike, anyone like that motivates you? Like you watch any other sports and
I do. Obviously, I'm from LA, so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Kobe was always like an inspiration. But it's more like his approach to like the game. You know what I
Mindset.
mean? The mindset about it. It's something that I actually like taken like the last year is like to really focus on my mental strength. You know what I mean? Like therapy, psychology, all that stuff. Like I really feel like I've elevated that aspect in my life. So yeah, mindset is everything. So I love his approach. It's crazy, bro.
is he the most loved, like beloved athlete in the history of like California or LA? Like he's the guy,
I
right?
think so. Yeah, 100%.
He's the guy with all the guys who have ran through that state as legends.
100%.
Him and do people like LeBron out there? Like, does he get the same love or?
In LA, you're gonna get love. You know what I mean? Like in the whole world, like I don't know. Everyone has different opinions, but you represent LA, bro. LA crowd loves you no matter.
What's the general opinion? I haven't kept up with basketball in a minute, but I actually really love basketball. Vince Carter was my era.
Oh, yeah,
Vince
yeah.
Carter, Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson. I mean, not that Richard Jefferson is one of my favorites, but that
Nets
team.
team?
Yeah, that Nets team. That was my squad. I got into basketball because of Carter. I saw him dunk. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I just got into basketball ever since, and I liked him on the Raptors. He was swaggy with it. He was like dunking, doing all kinds of like
Did this?
drop the mic moment or whatever. Yeah, because I literally seen him do that. He did some. He looks at the camera, does something like that. But yeah, I haven't kept up with basketball in a while. But what's the general opinion of LeBron being on the Lakers now? He's had an extensive career. He's won rings with Miami, with Cleveland, with who else? That's it, right?
L.A. He won in 3 different.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and
COVID. That's COVID year.
COVID, yeah.
They don't count that, but
Yeah, it's
counted.
not like
I count it.
it's a
I'm from
title,
LA.
but
Yeah,
it's like
a title.
there's always going to be an asterisk with it. But I think it obviously should count. But
Was there no crowds during COVID?
no crowds, no. So
Yeah, I didn't watch basketball at all that
So
season.
it's kind of weird with basketball. Like if you have no crowds or no noise or so, it's easier to shoot in like a smaller gym. With the way the air is and the way like somehow, some way, analytically, it's easier to shoot in a gym like that with no crowd. And obviously, it's easier if you're just all around better. It's easier to play with no crowd.
Yeah,
Slow it down. It's like fighting in the Apex.
100%.
But it's like fighting in the Apex with nothing. Like no one's in there. It's just you and your coaches.
That's like fighting in the Apex versus fighting in MSG.
Yeah.
The same thing.
It's the same thing. So they don't really count it, but they count it. Some people are.
They
people
don't
are
really count it
trolls,
because it wasn't like 82 games that year.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, I think it was half, and then
I don't know, but the general consensus on him going to LA is that he wanted another ring. He got another ring. I don't expect him to be there next year. I think their run has kind of ran its course. He's a top 2-3 basketball player ever, so he'll get his respect. People love him. People hate him. That's how it is with everything.
That's any sport, right? You the greatest in our sport, MMA. Like
There's only like
they're gonna hate him.
There's only like one athlete in the world right now that's like unanimously beloved. I don't even know if I said that word right. It's Shohei Ohtani. Oh yeah, he's a baseball player.
He's like, you got
He's the only guy that's like everybody loves. Oh, he's European.
At least
he's
say hockey.
Japanese.
At least say hockey.
No, I get it though. I know that MMA is not everybody's life. I understand. I know that there's like NASCAR is the number one. Is it still the number one viewed sport in the U.S.?
NASCAR like
Bro, I have never met a person that watches NASCAR.
Same. That's
But
crazy.
then,
Now
but
that you
thi-
think
but
about
this
it,
is what we're
same,
not
yeah.
understanding is that
People
there's
do
a whole
watch.
world
Yeah.
of people that we have never spoken to, came across, probably we're never even in the same elevator with.
Yeah.
But they're over there like die-hard fans. Like, oh, I don't know. I'm going to give a random. Trevor Smith. I love Trevor Smith. He's the fastest. He has the best. And we have
you
no
like
idea about
you
it.
like F1 though. It's like the same shit.
I like the occasion. I like that it comes to my country, Baku, and I like that the track is downstairs of the balcony of where we stay. But
I think F1 sucks.
I don't know. I can't name you the guy that won when I watched it. I couldn't name you not one racer, but I respect the game. It's a crazy game. Yeah. Your life is literally on the line. We say our lives are on the line because that's the mindset. Yeah. But your life is literally on the line. Like you're one little shift away from your life just.
I think it's 1,000% more dangerous to fight MMA than drive a sports car.
I don't know, bro. Like they would probably look at us. Just like the rugby players, they look at us and like, how do you guys do it? And we look at them, we're like, bro, we're just throwing hands. You probably threw hands in L.A. I threw hands in Brooklyn. It just is what it is. We just do that since we're like, since we're growing up, we do that. Whereas like racing, it's like, whoa, you got to drive at that speed and you have to stay consistent. You got to do what? How many? 50 laps? What is it, 100 laps? 50 laps? That's crazy.
I got to know. You got a Mount Rushmore, UFC fighters. Who is it? 4. I've asked this question plenty of times. It's always been a European man to my left, and they've always Nas is like, bro, they don't know what that means, you idiot. So you know what it means. So give me your Mount Rushmore.
Man, fuck. My opinion, I think John Jones is up there. I just think he's great. You know what I mean? I would probably go GSP as well. Like GSP.
My man.
You know what I mean? You have to. How can you not?
Yeah.
Changing the game wise. Man, that's crazy. I like Conor McGregor. Probably Conor McGregor changing the game. If I could say one more person, and my Mount Rushmore is a little different because I spend time with you. You know, like judge a character, how you carry yourself, also outside of like the sport. Like, I've gotten close to and hung out with him and like gotten to know him as a person. So up there is probably gonna be different, but I'll put Aljo up there.
Oh wow,
Aljo, yeah.
I like that.
I see him as a person, the way he carries himself, the way he is with all of us, and you know, like that's big to me, like how you are outside of the cage and beyond accomplishments, you know. So I respect that, you know. I respect that a lot. So
I think that's a great shout. I know, obviously, Aljo gets way more love back east, you know, than he gets out west. But he should get, you know, more love. He's starting to get the love and the respect. You know, we see him coaching classes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
and
a
he
really
spends
good
a lot of he spent a lot of time right now helping me with my wrestling.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like I said, like martial artists, it goes beyond what you do for yourself is what you also do for others, and that's big where I come from. You know what I mean? Where the way I grew up with like the homies, the way I was brought up, is also can you like extend your hand and help the next generation? You know what I mean? And I think to me that's huge as a person and as a man. You know?
pretty sick.
Oh, we got Aljo and Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What can
For
you
GTA 6.
what can you add to that? You know Aljo pretty well.
Yeah.
Of course, bro. Listen, Aljo, like it's, I was thinking of the right word for it. I'm just gonna settle with saying it's like amazing what he's done and where he's come from, and I know the conditions of what he's achieved under the conditions that he's achieved it. We come from the same gym in New York, and seeing him move to Vegas. To be honest with you, he laid out the blueprint for us. Like I'm kind of in Vegas because of him and Marab. Like they laid out the blueprint for us on how to not just succeed in one area, but like to keep going. And not only that, but he's showing us like he has like so many business ventures. He's so busy with different things. He laid out the blueprint. That's big, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
So like I agree with your Mount Rushmore. I really like your Mount Rushmore. I was just thinking like when I think Mount Rushmore, I start to think like popularity also and like just influence and like for me like why I would put Habib, for example, in Mount Rushmore is because the influence he had on like my culture and the culture from our part of the world. Like it was so big. It was so much bigger than just a fight, and it was so much bigger than just two guys having beef.
Yeah.
And having the fight. But Aljo is definitely like one of the GOATs. If not, he's on his way. And the thing that set him back so much was the way that he won the belt. But I think he's doing very well for himself right now. He's recovering very quickly. He's recovering very well. And I think going forward, how the next few years, or let's say if it's the final few years of his career, depending on how it ends, he's going to be right up there in that conversation for sure.
So I saw today Aljo was calling for a shot with Yair Rodriguez in Miami.
Love it.
I love that too. I think honestly, like if they didn't have a history with kind of screwing him, I think he's in there for a title shot. I think he deserves a shot. And if he didn't, obviously I don't know what he's thinking but if he didn't get screwed, I would just tell him sit around and just wait because you're up next. But the way they have their history with their things, and like we said earlier, they like to push certain things. I think a fight with Yair is great for him, and I think he would school him too.
It's funny that we're in this subject because I was literally at the PI with him and sparring day today, and I had this conversation where I was like, bro, like I was talking with my friend, and I was like, we were just for some reason looking at that like ranking or that division is like, okay, Leron's fighting, was it Mosar?
Yeah.
Mosar, right? Lopez just fought for the belt, and then from what I hear is Yair is injured right now. Yeah. So in my opinion, it only makes sense for him to fight Volk. And I literally told him that, but it's like I don't know.
The only thing I would understand would be if Volk was like, all right, I need some time off.
Yeah.
Because Volk's earned that, right? He's he's on the older side. He's
bro, Mount Rushmore. Bro, I'm sitting here thinking about it. Mount Rushmore is just not enough to name the greats.
Well, 4 people is not enough, you know.
Yeah,
it's
having
crazy.
to narrow it down to 4, because then it's like, okay, but you left out Volk, you left out Aljo. Now Rob is in the conversation too. Demetrius Johnson, we can't forget about Demetrius Johnson. Triple C, bro. He had a, let's say, not a good ending in the final 5, 6. Bad comeback. Yeah, but Triple C. He's up there too.
You're right.
So it's like that conversation.
Listen, if we're gonna give Anderson Silva slack for taking, like if we're gonna
Silva too,
if we're gonna cut slack for him taking all the fights at the end of his career in the UFC and then the boxing and all that stuff, if we're gonna give him like not necessarily like a pass, but like if we're gonna just appreciate his good times, why don't we do the same with Cejudo?
No, I agree.
He's one of the greatest combat athletes ever. He's an Olympic
agree.
gold medalist. He was, I think he did
division.
judo. Like he's been everywhere.
No, I agree.
He's been everywhere. I think he's another one. But
BJ Penn, I know that this one might sound crazy, but especially if you know, like an average, you know, a new fan goes BJ Penn, Googles him, and sees his record, and is like, oh, what? What are you talking about? Honestly, like, this is what I mean about the Mount Rushmore conversation. Different legends accomplish things in different times that we don't have today. Like the popularity of a fighter in 2004, if you reach like Rampage level stardom in that era, like imagine what he would be today.
No, yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? And it's like we have so much more resources, Instagram, this and that and this and that. These guys were superstars back then. At a time when they didn't have even half the shit that we have now.
well, look at Rampage now. Rampage is him and I think it's
Streaming.
him and Mark Coleman. I'm saying like, bro, they're hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
they're
imagine this was going on during their primes when they're like Rampage's a wild dude. Like we'd be seeing some wild stuff on that live stream. He wouldn't hide it. His partying, his going out, all that stuff, the people he's around, like we'd be seeing some crazy stuff. Or even his, his gym interactions.
Yeah.
We saw him in, I think it was the Ultimate Fighter. Was that Rampage? Who went in and grabbed the
door?
grabbed the
That was
door? Yeah, that was
Rampage.
Rampage, right?
Rampage.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that was so epic. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But I think, before we only got a few minutes left, but before we wrap up here, I think we got to talk about this weekend, no? We got to talk a little bit about this weekend. Holloway and Oliveira.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm a Max fan, so I'm going. I love both of them actually. You know what I mean? But I think just Max is like, bro, like the experience he's had and like everything he's been through, and like he's still like fighting the way he fights, bro. Like it's crazy. I'm going Max. Right?
I'm going Max too. Massive Max fan, dream fight and all that. So like definitely Max.
I think 55 Max is different. I think that's Dad Max. He's got his dad strength at 55, bro. He hits hard at 55.
With that being said, though, Oliveira is like
No, yeah.
Oliveira.
Yeah.
It's
Enough
hard.
said.
It's,
Enough said.
It's very hard to watch a Charles Oliveira fight and be like, I want this guy to lose.
I don't think
It's
this-
impossible.
No. Either one,
Possible.
though. Either one, I think.
Yeah, they
It
both are
doesn't
so
matter.
likable, and they both they don't talk shit, and when they talk shit, it's so like
True
wow.
martial
like,
artists, yeah.
It's got some aura to it. But Oliveira, bro, he's got the aura to
Who
it.
is Joe? Who is Joe? But
funny.
I don't think anybody in the arena, whether you're hardcore Max or hardcore Oliveira, nobody in the arena is hating the opposite side.
No.
Yeah.
I think every single person tuning in is going to appreciate both, no matter who you're pulling for. 'Cause that's me. So and I'm sure that you guys are the same. So
No, 100%.
100%. No, I think it's gonna be a pretty sick fight. I'm gonna pivot to this because I wanted to ask you this. We see a lot of guys in the PI now that it's off season in football, and we see the NBA guys rolling every once in a while. Max Crosby's another one of those big dudes. We talked about him yesterday. He spars Strickland every once in a while. Is there a certain NFL guy or a pro athlete, could be in the NBA, anywhere that you'd want to train with?
Like martial arts? Or
Yeah, like come bring them in and like show them how to strike, or you don't have to go full rampage Sean Strickland and beat the shit out of him.
No, hell no. I mean, just because like it would be probably cool. I'll probably say like Tom Brady, just mindset, and also just talk to him. That'd be pretty sick.
You are big on the mindset. I love that because
Yeah.
Tom Brady he's got one of the
No,
best
100%.
mindsets ever.
Yeah,
this game is 70% mental.
100%.
What about you? Who would you bring in?
I don't want to say some goofy shit.
Bring back Vince Carter.
I mean, Vince, yeah, Vince would be one. Vince would be one. Probably any sport.
Any sport.
Damn, I'll probably head over to boxing and grab my favorite boxer, Lomachenko.
Oh my God,
I would
Loma.
pick his brain. I would pick his brain, and I would just hang out with him. I think he's cool. I think he's a genius in boxing. There's so much to learn. I would love to chop it up with Lomachenko.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Fair enough. Very nice. But all right, guys, that wraps it up for us. Charlie Quinn, Nazim Sadykhov, Ozzy Diaz. He's being modest. He's back May 9th, ready to steal the show in New Jersey. Put a stamp on what needs to be
go,
stamped.
bro. Let's
Shock
go.
the world, as some people may think. The world has, the opinion and all that stuff has no bearing.
No,
do what you
100%.
gotta
Yeah,
do
I'm
and-
excited. I hope I'm like the biggest underdog the world has ever seen. Like, it's like a ridiculous number. that's what I want, and I hope, you know, bet on me. Trust me, guys. It's gonna be great.
All the homies get paid out.
100%. Like, I want to be, like I said, I want a ridiculous underdog number. 2,000 and I don't know, 2,000,001 chances. That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, Ozzy's back May 9th, gonna steal the show. Nas will be back soon. He'll tell you about that on social media. Stay tuned. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'll let these guys drop their social handles so you could find them, see what they're doing, where they're training, they're eating, they're doing all sorts of their weird fun stuff, or they're giving you fight news.
Yeah. You guys can find me at IG Ozzy_Diaz.
And I'm gonna pass the mic over to Charlie because he's my media guy.
At Nas_MMA.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys soon.
Appreciate it.